Hey Winship 5K participants and team captains! If you're looking for an effective way to get in touch with your team and your supporters, look no further than the Participant Center. All registrants, including runners, walkers, and virtual warriors, will have access to these awesome communication tools. Let's log in and I'll show you how easy it is to compose, track, manage, and send captivating messages. To log in, you're going to want to go to winship5k.emory.edu and click the login button in the top right corner. Log in here with your username and password that you set up during the registration process. If you're unable to log in, you can always click on the Forgot Username or Password link at the bottom to reset this. Once you're logged in, you'll see a welcome message at the top and a link to the Participant Center in the top right corner. Click on that. So we're going to be focusing today on the Email tab. In this video, we're going to walk through all of the features that are available inside the Email tab, but let's start by composing a brand new message. There are several email templates that are available to you, so you can create a professionally worded and designed email that's either about fundraising or team building. All of these have a very nice header, footer, and have pre-written text available that you can then customize, so it's an easy place to get started. Feel free to browse through the different templates that are available, and you can always click on the preview button to see a sample of what it'll look like before you commit to one. I'm going to do a recruiting email. So you just check the button here and hit next to go to the next step. So you'll see now we're on step 2. This is the customizable text of our email. We've highlighted some sections that definitely need to be personalized, so please delete those and insert your own message in here. You can also edit any of this text in here. Don't forget to update your name too. You'll notice that this message doesn't start with a greeting. Feel free to add your own. If you'd like to make this even more personal, Dear Mike, Dear Susie, there is an option to include a personal greeting at the top. So when you select that option, you're going to want to make sure you don't have your own greeting and you just check this box. That'll start your message with Dear Mike, Dear Susie automatically based on the names in your contact book. We'll talk about that in a second. Don't forget to update the subject line if you want. And let's press next to go to the next step. So this is where you select who to send this message to. If you've already imported contacts, you'll see the names listed under available contacts. If you want to add a new contact, go ahead and click on the Add Contact button at the top. This will let you enter a first name, last name, and email address for the person you'd like to send this message to. You can also import contacts in bulk, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. And press Add when you're done. Use the checkboxes on the left to build your recipient list. You can also email whole groups at a time. We'll come back and talk about groups shortly. To go to the next step, go ahead and click Next. And now you get to review your message before it's distributed. You'll notice since I chose to include a personal greeting, it says Dear Contact First Name at the top, and the highlighted parts that I deleted and added my own text are now appearing correctly. If everything looks great, just scroll on down and you can hit Send. If you're not ready to send yet, you can always save this as a draft. Drafts will land over here and you can resume them later. You could also save this as a template. So if you plan to send a repeat of this message again in the future, you can save the template so you can pick up from there and don't have to start from scratch each time. I'm going to send my message. And now my message was successfully sent. Let's go back to the Email tab. Drafts, these are where your saved drafts will go. You can pick them back up right where you left off and send it. Sent messages is going to be your list of messages that you've sent in the past. And contacts is where you can manage all of your contacts. As we showed earlier, you can add individual contacts one at a time. You can also import a whole list of contacts. You could do this on the email recipient step that we saw earlier, or if you just want to manage your contacts all at one time, you can do it right here from the Contacts tab by clicking on the Import Contacts button. Some folks may already have their recipients saved in Gmail or in their Yahoo account, or you may have a CSV file, which is an Excel file, saved in a certain format, and you can import that to build your recipient list. I'm going to quickly show you how to import a file. First, it's asking to select the file. I have this as a Microsoft comma separated values file. It's a CSV file. Before we proceed, I'll show you what that spreadsheet looked like. It was just a few columns of data, but it's only going to read the email, first name, and last name columns. Everything else will be ignored. So let's hit Next. You'll see it did find first name, last name, email. Press Next. This step is going to tell you that it found the correct contact info, and it's going to say, do you want to import all 5 or just some of them from the spreadsheet? Hit Next, and now we can see that we added 5 new contacts all at one time. And they'll instantly be added to your contact list in alphabetical order. Another nice feature of the Contacts tab, you can see how many emails you've sent to them, you can see how many they've opened, how many times they've visited your page, and also the current donation amount that they've made. Another helpful feature of the Contacts section is Groups. Groups can be toggled right here. Use groups for easier and also more regular communications. For example, I can quickly communicate with teammates. This is super helpful for team captains. It's an easy way to reach out to everyone at one time. You can also see folks that need follow-up or folks that you've never emailed before. It's just an easy way to manage a whole group of people at one time. You can also create custom groups. So maybe a group for family members, a group for coworkers. That's managed back on the Individuals tab. Go ahead and select who you want to add to a group. So I'm going to add these 2 users to a new group. Hit Submit. And now they're added to my Work Friends category. And I'll see I can manage that under Groups too. So again, if you recall, when you're building a new email and you're selecting your recipients, you can select a whole group at a time. So just my Work Friends. Last but not least, team captains can also email the whole team at one time right from the Home tab. You'll see on the right there's an option to email team. We hope that the email module inside the Participant Center makes it even easier for you to stay in touch with your team, reach out to supporters, and spread your message. As always, thank you for your participation in the Winship Win the Fight 5K. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us at winship5k@emory.edu.